missing our kids.
I've been packing it up. I mean, like, just like in containers, China specific, real small. And what are we doing? Roger's going to put up this great
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Shannon Lang, and my pronouns are she, her, and hers. Happy day to all of those who give care, guide, and shelter our lives. I'm also a coordinator for Blue Haven Chicago, a meetup group which is hosted by and for Black Lives of Unitarian Universalism, and would like to thank my fellow coordinators for their input on the service today. Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Evanston. Whether this is your spiritual home or you are newly discovering this community, we are grateful that you are with us. We are an inclusive and welcoming community seeking truth and love and striving to nurture the human spirit for a world made whole. We are guided by our principles and values, which remind us in every moment and through every challenge that each of us is worthy of love, and that we are all connected through the vast and beautiful web of existence. We come together to remember our kinship with one another and to hold one another in heart and mind with tenderness and careful attention. In case you missed it on your way into the sanctuary, there is a QR code near the entrance for anyone who'd prefer to have a digital order of service. We also have a limited number of large print orders of service and hymnals, as well as listening assistance devices. Please let one of the greeters know if you need help finding those. If you are participating through the live stream, hi. There are many links of connection in the YouTube description below that little window. Sometimes I have trouble finding it, but you just gotta scroll down, including the service credits and ways to support our mission and to be added to our newsletter email list. A few announcements. After the joys and sorrows today, children kindergarten through 6th may go to room 3 for head, heart, and hands with Kathy, and as always, children are welcome to stay through the service as well. After worship, we will have a 20-minute kinship time with coffee, tea, and snacks. Ooh, yay, snacks. We didn't have that for a while. From 11:15 to 11:35, and then during that time, please try to greet someone you haven't met before. Let's all try to do that today. I know that we like our friends, but we have a lot of new people here today, so let's all make sure that we greet someone we haven't met before. After kinship at 11:35, for all ages Faith Formation Hour will begin, and that includes making cards for parents in prison here in the sanctuary, so we welcome you all to stay for that, a world peace meditation in room 3 and on Zoom, and nursery care for ages 0 through 3 in room 11. The Rummage Sale is almost here, my favorite time of year. Friday, May 20th, 9 to 6, and Saturday, May 21st, 9 to 1. Donation drop-off starts a week from today, and we definitely need help to unload cars and help with setting up the church. Stop by the Rummage Sale info table after the service today or sign up on the UCE website. We need all hands on deck for this. Remember, it's lots of money for the church, so we need everybody. So all hands on deck. Next Sunday, after worship and kidship, we will hold our annual meeting where voting members approve next year's budget and vote on the candidates for elected positions. It is important for all voting members to participate if you can so that we can have a quorum. We will be holding the meeting in person with an option to participate via Zoom as well. Please check our newsletter for more information. Our opening reading today is General Wealth by Evanston author and artist Atina O. Danner. Through her work, Atina endeavors to generate care, connection, and justice by using her creativity and authenticity to heal generational wounds. She aims to leave a rich legacy for children and to share her love, joy, and learning with the world along the way. Please check out your order of service for a link to Atina's website, and you can also pre-order her book, the first book, so go ahead. And here is the reading, poem Generational Wealth. My grandmother was so tired that my mother was born tired. My mama's so tired that I'm tired right now, and I see my children getting tired, so it's time to put this to bed. I will gift time to my children. They will inherit a legacy of resting. Leisure time and vacation days taken, sick time used to nap and renew. I will steal time and show them how to eat it raw. I'll say yes to my babies on the clock, show them how to tuck joy and stillness into the pockets of reclaimed life. When I accrue time, I let them see how to use it. When I take time, I give it to them and let them play. I save time in their names for them to practice how to protect it and spend it on rest. It has been said that the best things in life are free. Untrue. The high cost of the best things in life is time. My progeny will know that time seeds restoration, how creativity is nurtured by time to play, how love is deepened by time together, how revolution needs time to imagine, how healing and growing are possible, and what it takes to rebuild broken skin and bone. That wellness is rest, is time, is wealth. Thank you, Atina. Our introit today is Playing in the Dark by Claudia Brent, who is daughter of dear friend Alice O'Cray, who is with us today. Alice is member of the Oak Park UU congregation and a fellow Blue Havens coordinator. Claudia passed away unexpectedly this year, and Alice has generously permitted us to share Claudia's beautiful piece, one of Claudia's beautiful pieces with us. If you would like to contribute in Claudia's honor to the Chicago Music Association, the link is in the order of service. Here is Playing in the Dark by Claudia Brent. The Unitarian Church of Evanston resides on the traditional homelands of the Council of Three Fires, the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations. This land was recorded as being transferred from the local Potawatomi communities to the U.S. government in 1829 and then sold to white settlers. After decades of violent encroachment by the French, British, and then U.S. American settlers, the Potawatomi community had no choice but to sell before they were forcefully removed west of the Mississippi River. The Chicagoland area is now home to one of the largest and most diverse urban Native communities in the U.S. Our faith calls us to name these realities with honor and respect as one small effort toward finding greater accountability, deeper relationship, and mutuality with contemporary Indigenous communities. For the land which we use as sacred space, for the animals and plants that have been sustained by this land, and for our ancestors and descendants who are and will become part of the earth. As we light our chalice, symbol of our living tradition, we welcome Emily and Matt up. Oh, what's baby's name? What is it? And baby Robin. Hi, baby Robin. As we light our chalice, symbol of our living tradition, please join us in saying these words. May this flame spark within us wonder, illuminate our journey toward deeper understanding, forge between us enduring connection, and empower our shared search for beauty, born and reborn each day. Thank you, Emily and Matt. Good job, Robin. Please rise in body and or spirit and join in saying the words of our covenant. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And before our hymn this morning, please turn to one another, someone sitting near you, sometimes that's behind you, like on the airplane. And maybe it's someone that you don't know well, because we do have visitors today, and offer someone a greeting and a welcome. And if you are participating from home, please offer your greetings in the chat if you haven't already. Okay, go ahead, say hello.
You may remain uplifted as we sing our hymn, We Are. The words will be projected on the screen. Oh my heavens. All right, Adam is really up to date. He put Kara Beskin's name in there. In the order of service, Jen Weisgarver is listed. She is under the weather today, so Kara kindly stepped in to be our soloist this morning. Yay. This hymn will be unaccompanied by piano, but you'll notice that the choir will do accompaniment parts. All right, We Are, hymn 1051.
For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe
joyous day. We enter into a space of dedication and hope, of promise and love as we bless some of the youngest members of this community, who I have to say have been incredible. I don't even want to say this, maybe I'm knock on wood. So chill. So I invite the children who are being dedicated today and their families to come forward now, please. I might have to do a little orchestration, but if you remember your... So yes, perfect. Yes, if you can be this way. So you'll be here, yeah, you're there. Come this way here. I'm trying to order it as the way the... So there, and then Wendy. And then, yes, perfect. You did it. So look at this beautiful group, yeah? Children, by blessing you, I have to see all of you. By blessing you, we are celebrating the wonder of your birth, the sacredness of your life, and we are celebrating love itself, love that has always and will always hold you. We're so joyful that you're here, and we can't wait to see who you become. Through everything that happens in your life, the loving spirit of this congregation and our wider faith will be with you. We adore you. We adore all the children of this community. Your laughter brings us joy. Your questions bring us wonder. Your creativity reminds us to play. And your pure hearts inspire us to strive to be our best selves. We begin our dedication with the blessing of your names. Matt and Emily, what have you named your child?
Robin Alexander Ekwelsana.
Yes. You chose this name using a well-reasoned method, a spreadsheet. His name echoes with the cheerfulness and joy of the sweet bird found hopping around our homes. And I will add, baby robins were just born, hatched from their nest in my yard yesterday, so I think of you all the time. You are very much a part of the wonder and joy and the beauty of the world, and your name is there to remind you that. Matt and Emily, your hopes for Robin are that he discovers ways to make the world better through whatever brings him joy and passion, and that he is true to himself and who he is. Nehanda and Woody, what have you named your child?
Sage Journey Julot.
You chose this name to be gender inclusive, to inspire the wisdom you hope she carries and cultivates on her spiritual journey through life. Your hopes for Sage are that she find freedom and joy along the way. You wish for her to discover herself without fear and anxiety, honoring who she is, knowing that she is more than enough, and uncovering every gift held within her. Ellen. Someone's missing.
Yes.
That's okay.
Our daughter unfortunately woke up a bit sick today. COVID test negative,
Good
but
to
she's
know.
watching from home, so.
Good. Oh, we love you, Marion. We're blessing you. Okay. You want to say her full name?
Oh, Marion Weaver Bates-Jeffries.
Marion. I'm sorry. You chose this name to honor Ellen's father's side after her great Aunt Marion, and to honor David's side, as Weaver is his grandma's maiden name. Your hopes for Marion are that she live with fulfillment and purpose, with passion and full engagement, to be intellectually curious, self-determined, and resilient so that life's challenges never challenge her self-worth. For her to have the strength and fortitude to learn well from her mistakes and to know her value no matter what life throws her way. Oh, I went the wrong way here. Okay, I'm going to go this way and then I'm going to bounce back. All right? All right. Got ya. Wendy and Rob, what have you named your children?
Daria Caroline Drake and Ava Laurel Drake.
Dara. You chose Daria of Greek origin, meaning upholder of the good, and the female form of Darius, which is the Persian word for sea. And Caroline, your middle name, is after your mom's mom, Carolyn. You chose the name Ava, which means to breathe and to live, and Laurel in honor of Wendy's dad, Al, and Rob's mom, Laurel. Did I not say that? Rob's mom? Sorry. Okay, sorry. Your hopes for Ava and Daria are that they have strength, bravery, and resilience to face life's challenges with clear vision and a sense of purpose. You want them to know how loved they are, how much they were longed for and hoped for, and you wish for them to respect all of the earth's people and creatures and to know the importance of social and environmental justice. Coming back around. Lindsay and Rick, what have you named your child?
Leonardo Giuseppe Angel.
Come on now. Okay, there we go. Lindsay's mom, Liz, chose Leonardo, meaning brave lion, and to be consistent with the L names in the family. And Giuseppe was chosen by Rick, meaning the Lord increases. Your hopes and wishes for Leo are that he grows up with ambition and a good, kind heart. You hope he has all the opportunities that you never had, that he lives a life that is full of happiness and full of love, that he becomes a great man with purity in his soul. Sophia and Sandeep, what have you named your child?
Naira Federson Guy.
I'm trying to not block the family. Okay. You chose this name, which in Sanskrit means rose and beauty of the goddess Saraswati, to honor the Indian part of Naira's heritage. This name also connects the three of you together in a beautiful way. For Sophia means wisdom, and your middle name is Rose, and Sandeep means enlightenment. Each of your names have similar meanings expressed uniquely. Your wishes for Naira is that she is happy, healthy, and that she may find a calling in her life that she is passionate about, talented in, and through which she can make a positive contribution to the world. You hope for her to know contentment. Knowing that each child is part of the wider community and that each of these children is part of an ongoing circle of care, we recognize those present in body as well as those who are unable to be here, but who are with us in spirit. Each of you expressed gratitude for those who have and will continue to form the wider circle of support and love around you. The Eckwall Sanas recognize Matt's parents, Karen and Randy, Emily's parents, Ellen and Paul, and Emily's friend Kim and sister Michaela. The Julots name Nehanda's cousin and Sage's godfather, Charlie, and Eileen, Sage's godmother, who is also Nehanda's mom's best friend. Charlie and Eileen have been a tremendous source of support to Nehanda and Wudzi in raising Saj. And they named Saj's sister Lori, who is far away but never far from their hearts.
The Bates-Jeffries are grateful to their parents and siblings and family near and far. Wendy and Rob name in gratitude their parents, Al and Carolyn Drake and Dick and Laurel Capps. Lindsay and Rick are grateful for the support of Liz, Kennedy, Lindsay's mom, but also the vast village of people here to support them today. And Sophia and Sandeep are grateful for the immense support of their parents and siblings, grandmas Ellie, or Nunu, and Kamala, Nanama, grandfathers Tim, Grandpa, and Kanwal Tatagi. Did I say that right? Tataji. Yes, okay, Fedderson. Sorry, I put a Fedderson in there, that's not right. They're also grateful to Aunt Shale Guy and Uncle Noah Fedderson. All right, where's my Shannon? You're over there already, you're so fast. Okay. Robin, I'm gonna try to skip over here. I know I'm out of camera view, but boy, this is a big group. Robin, Saj, Marion, Daria, and Ava, Leo, and Naira. You are beings of spirit and body tied to the ancestors in breath and to all life in form. And so this morning, as you breathe in the air of this sacred space of our shared faith, we bless you with nature's elements. These elements will surround you in one form or another wherever you go. And with this act of blessing, we pray that throughout your days you will know your life as sacred, special, and a gift unto this world. Yes, good. Thank you. We bless you with water. This water from our water communion in the fall, symbolic of the transformative power of our gathered community. May water bless you with coolness and clarity and the ease of thirst. May the waters of your life be both peaceful and wild as your spirit needs. And when you need forgiveness in life, may water cleanse you and bring you back to wholeness. Thank you. Thanks to my assistants here. We bless you with fire, the warmth coming from the flame of our chalice. May fire bless you with the passion and energy. May you find callings that feed your spirit, serve the holy, and kindle kindness and compassion in the world. And may all be warmed by your unfolding lives that will spark goodness in the world again and again. I realized I forgot. Okay. Can I touch your heart? Look at your little robin. Yes, fire. Fire, warm your heart. Fire, warm your heart. Fill you with passion. I'm so sorry, I forgot the water for Marianne. I'm taking this to you. I'll pass it along. Yeah, fire to warm your heart and fill you with passion. Fire to warm your heart and fill you with passion. Fire to warm your heart and fill you with passion. Fire to warm your heart and fill you with passion. Fire to Feathers next, yes. Thank you. We bless you with air, symbolized by the feather of a bird. May air bless you with deep breaths and deep peace. When you need rest and renewal, may the ancient air fill your young bodies with the wisdom of just this moment, a moment that is free of worry, full of life, and always there for you. The air of freedom. Be blessed with the air of freedom. Be blessed with the air of freedom. May you be blessed with the air of freedom. May you be blessed with the air of freedom. Take it home. May you be blessed with the air of freedom. May you be blessed with the air of freedom in the wings of the robin. All right. We bless you with earth, with the ground that holds us all. May this blessing of earth remind you to keep playing upon her, even as you treat her with love and with care. In your playing on the earth and in your care of her, may you be blessed with muddy knees and dirt behind your ears and mud between your toes. And may you feel blessed each day by life on this earth. I'm going to put a little dirt in your sock. Just a little dirt in your sock. May you be blessed with earth, with the care and the support of earth. I'm going to get your beautiful little stockings a little dirty. May you be blessed with the care and support of the earth. May you be blessed with the care and support of the earth. May you be blessed with the care and support of the earth, my little sweetie. All right, I gotta come down here. May you be blessed with the care and the support of the earth. May you be blessed with the care and the support of the earth. May you be blessed with the care and the support of the earth. Thanks for making it easier for me. Little feetsies. Thank you. You turn the page. Thank you. All right, now is the time for the flowers. Yeah. Children, we bless you and we bless your names that have been given, the bodies that hold your lives, and your minds that will grow and change. You are blessed with these flowers and with some books that we hope you will treasure, children's blessings that you can read with your caregivers. As these flowers transform from seed to bud to blossom, so too will you transform in ways we know and in ways that we can't possibly know. In all of the changing of your unfolding lives, may you know the timely beauty of your spirit and the eternal love that always holds you. We sing praise for the spirit of life for you. May we be a faith and a people worthy of the blessings you bestow upon us. Let the congregation share in this blessing by extending your promise to help support these families and these children as they grow and thrive. Please join in saying these words of commitment, which will be on the screen, I hope. Yes. We promise to care for these children. We will help raise them to love justice and live with compassion. We will extend to them kindness and courage, and we will live their dreams. as our families return to their seats, let us sing our joy and our gratitude for their presence. Wonder of wonders. Each Sunday, we hold space for the joys and the sorrows of this beloved community, honoring the struggles and the triumphs, the brokenness and the wholeness that are woven into the human condition. If you have a joy or a sorrow you'd like spoken aloud, you can write it in the Joys and Sorrows book, which is found at the back table there. You can enter it into the live stream chat, and I do my best to try to catch those before this time of the service ends. Or you can fill out our Google form found on our website, or simply just email me. These are the joys and the sorrows that have been shared with me for today. Diane Markell writes, I am grateful for all the kind and healing thoughts and energy sent my way. I am feeling so much better after being hospitalized. So, but are you here today, Diane? Yeah. Oh, yay! Reverend Susan Francis joyfully shares that this week her first renewal in her progress from preliminary fellowship to full fellowship was approved by the UUA's Ministerial Fellowship Committee. We hold Alice O'Cray and her family in our hearts as they mourn the loss of Claudia Louise Brent Osthausen. Meredith Hayden shares that her mother died at age 96 this week, this Friday. She was well cared for and content, and we hold you in our hearts, Meredith. Noel Jovich writes in the chat, my joy this morning is that I will be in town in 2 weeks and plan to be at the UCE service. We can't wait to see you. And David Bates-Jeffries writes, Marion and I are saddened to miss the service today. Well, she is a little under the weather, but are thankful to share in remotely. We love you, Marion and David. This sacred space for our tender offerings is part of the practice of beloved community, and together we know that we expand our joys and we lessen the burden of our grief. We invite you now to come forward to light a candle in honor of whatever joys and sorrows you're holding in your heart. And we're going to try to form 3 lines, just in the interest of time conservation. So please come forward now and light a candle at one of the 3 flames. please join me in the spirit of prayer and meditation. Spirit of life, source of love, creator and caregiver of all. We are so grateful for the beauty life offers for this community and the joy of our oneness with everything. We lift up joy for the celebration of children and families today, which deepens our faith in and commitment to each other. We are grateful for the miracles of our bodies, minds, and spirits, which move us through this lovely and complicated world. We are grateful for all who give care, who nurture and provide for vulnerable and growing lives, the mothers, the grandmothers, the parents, the caregivers, the guardians, teachers, mentors. We express gratitude for all the ways that we shape and are shaped by love. And yet let us name the truth that not all of us were mothered in the ways that we should have been. We may have difficult or non-existent relationships with mothers, parents, caregivers. Some of us carry disappointment with ourselves as mothers, falling short of our expectations or not living up to all that love would have us be in every moment. We ask for forgiveness for ourselves and for others for all the ways that we have failed to be channels for love. Let us hold for a moment all the mothers who have experienced what must have been and must be the most terrible loss, the loss of a child. We hold in care the sorrow and loss of those who have tried but have not been able to be parents. Let us hold in our hearts all who have and may in the near future lose their ability to choose when, how, and if they want to bring a life into this world. For those whose options have been eroded and without support, will bring a child into the world without the resources that we all need. May each person struggling through such a painful lack of choices find a way to discover more love and more possibility. Let us hold dear and protect with courage the rights of all people to be who they are, to love freely, to make decisions about what happens to their bodies, and let us uphold and champion all life, including and especially the life that comes after first breath, by championing the human rights to access health care, food, a home, a living wage, to live with peace and safety. May all of us know this. Let us hold one another in care amidst our grief for all that diminishes the value of our interconnected, interdependent lives. May we each serve as channels for love and be caregivers to all. Amen.
are invited to attend Head, Heart, and Hands in room 3 if they would like. They are also, as always, welcome to stay here. As we say in our covenant each Sunday, service is our law. UCE is called by our mission, values, and principles to contribute to our community, to form accountable partnerships, and to express gratitude through giving. Today's offering will be shared with Unitarian Universalist I knew I was going to mess that up. Unitarian Universalist Prison Ministry of Illinois, or UUPMI, equipping UUs in Illinois to transform institutions and support people harmed by the prison industrial complex. If you are joining us from home or are in the building, you may text to give, mail in a check, or you can give from our website. If you write a check, please indicate in the memo line if your check is for the shared offering, for your pledge, for the capital campaign, or for some other giving. If you're here in the building and have money for the collection plate, please raise your hand and an usher will be around with the collection bowl. Oh, we're gonna pass it. Okay, because I really don't like that part anyway. I think it should just be passed, and if you have it, you put it in. Okay. Please give as generously as you are able, and may what you give bring you joy. Our next reading, it's going to fog up my glasses. Our next reading is the Wholehearted Parenting Manifesto by Brene Brown, which applies to all those who care for others and strive to build a more compassionate world. Excuse me. Above all else, I want you to know that you are loved and lovable. You will learn this from my words and actions. The lessons of love are in how I treat you and how I treat myself. I want you to engage with the world from a place of worthiness. You will learn that you are worthy of love, belonging, and joy every time you see me practice self-compassion and embrace my own imperfections. We will practice courage in our family by showing up, letting ourselves be seen, and honoring vulnerability. We will share our stories of struggle and strength. There will always be room in our home for both. We will teach you compassion by practicing compassion with ourselves first, then with each other. We will set and respect boundaries. We will honor hard work, hope, and perseverance. Rest and play will be family values, as well as family practices. You will learn accountability and respect by watching me make mistakes and make amends, and by watching how I ask for what I need and talk about how I feel. I want you to know joy, so together we will practice gratitude. I want you to feel joy, so together we will learn how to be vulnerable. When uncertainty and scarcity visit, you will be able to draw from the spirit that is part of our everyday life. Together we will cry and face fear and grief. I will want to take away your pain, but instead I will sit with you and teach you how to feel it. We will laugh and sing and dance and create. We will always have permission to be ourselves with each other. No matter what, you will always belong here. As you begin your wholehearted journey, the greatest gift that I can give you is to live and love with my whole heart and to dare you greatly. I will not teach or love or show you anything perfectly, but I will let you see me, and I will always hold the sacred gift of seeing you. Truly, deeply seeing you.
Songs
My name is Ellen Bates-Jeffries. I think most of you know me as David Bates' wife. And I'm also Marion's mom, who again can unfortunately not be here today. But I put together a few words, essentially, of what I want from this church for my daughter. So when I had Marion, I literally learned how huge the emotion that joy can be. But it was as though all of my emotional nerve endings were stripped, and fear and the sense of danger and uncertainty really reared up. And I promise not to enumerate all of them for you, but a big part of that was actually me worried and anxious about her spiritual life. And I know those are charged words, and what I mean by that is sort of all of us in our search for meaning and good, and is there a God, and what should I do with myself every day? And I realized that it became very important to me that she was raised in a church. So C.S. Lewis once wrote, and I'm heavily paraphrasing, that every single one of us may be having a very true and legitimate reaction and emotion and connection with the divine, but all of us are limited by the fact that we are just us. We see the world only through our own eyes, just as I as a mom am limited that same way. And what a church, we are just a point on the map of spiritual truth. And what a church brings is that whole map, that whole ability to see other people across time and space and perspectives. And it is really important for me that Marion gets that for the things that I don't understand and cannot help her with. But obviously I didn't choose just any church. I chose this church. I was also raised UU. And one thing that has always struck me as a fundamental truth about this church is that you can be sitting next to someone else in this church and have opposite beliefs about a lot of things. And at its heart, we are okay with that, as long as it's anchored in a search to be better, to understand what is better, to take what you believe is that truth in the world and try to bring it in to become more true in this world, and not flinch from what that is in that messy sense. And that is just so important to me, and for many, many reasons, but as a mom, for a very specific reason. In my day job, I research gender norms and violence in homes. And while I do see the harm of indifference and selfishness, one of the things that terrifies me is that love is not always absent, that good intentions are not always absent, that a daughter might be fettered or tampered down because we really need to make sure that she's ready for the role she ought to have, or a son may be crippled for his ability to love himself due to a moral connection with sexual expression in the home. And these things just bring me terror that I could accidentally harm my daughter in some way. And in that, I find such reassurance in this church, because I know that this is not an echo chamber of my beliefs, and that if there's ever something I fail to do, she will have people around her who can connect her to resources, who have asked the same questions, who are feeling the same things, who can show her other options outside of what my inherited limited view, which I do think is right most of the time, is feeling. And I really want to delve into this because I want her she is not a static pace in time, none of us are. And as she grows up in this church, there will be huge points in her life where she does not know what she wants, where she won't be able to answer the question, just be yourself, because she's not sure what that means right now. And this is one of the few places where that is okay. Perhaps most revolutionary, where you can change your mind, where you can say this is good, and a few years later, put that down and say, I don't think that fits anymore. And I know that if she even decides her path is to leave this church, if she tells a very baffled mom in 20 years she wants to be a Roman Catholic, this church will say, give her a great send-off and let her know she's always welcome to return. And that is so important to me. And so, just to sort of sum up, what I really am sort of asking from all of us in this church, and this church as a whole, is to just sort of be a place where that could honor sort of like our dynamic relationship with the divine, whatever that means, and a place that just holds us when we are sad and scared, and that's all we are today. So I would like from you to be that safety net if I ever fail to be a soft place for her to land, and to encourage her the growth that she needs when I really don't understand what is going on. So thank you all in advance.
Thank you, Ellen, for that. I mean, it's taken a lot, some of us, many of us,
It's been quite a journey to get here, right? But so proud to be standing here before you all today. Happy Dedication Day. Happy Everything and Everyone is Special Day. And I also want to acknowledge that this month is also Mental Health Awareness Month. We've been through some challenging times, to say the least, right? This never-ending pandemic. Some of us are struggling with ourselves, in our homes, with our families. And although the theme today is nurturing beauty in our children, right? How does this connect to mental health, to the pandemic, to challenging times that we've been through? I will tell you, but we are going to first start with just 6 words. Now, the 6-word story is a movement, okay? And there was actually an article at the height of the pandemic where they asked people who are isolated and in lockdown, if you could describe what you are going through in just 6 words, what would you say? And I have some of them here on this slide. This is written by Larry Smith, right? My favorite one here is just all of them, right? Feeling like you can't smell campfire on Zoom, right? Wanting to connect. I regret saying I hate school, right? How many kids felt that? I think of my niece and my nephew in that moment, right? The second one, the power in that message. I think about my often criminalized brothers and sisters where that was heightened during the pandemic. Not a criminal, but running masked, right? So you just let those 6 words sit because there's power in them, because you want to yearn for more, right? What are you saying? I want to unpack those 6 words. And what this tells us, and why I feel power in this 6-word story, is that what it tells us is that constraint and limitation and challenges doesn't stop creativity, but it fuels it. It leaves us wanting more, and it leaves us wanting to connect. So I do want you to think of challenges and limitations in that way. And I use this 6-word story technique. I am the founder of a company called Wealth I Am, LLC, where we teach financial empowerment through the awesome techniques of storytelling. And for one of my icebreakers, we use the 6-word story because I often get super tense adults in the room, and I say, okay, we're gonna break the ice, we're gonna get to know each other, we're gonna start with a 6-word story. And I have this slide here, which it's not as clear, but these are examples of kids and their 6-word stories. One of my favorite here is, I'm a crazy ice cream lover. Oh, yes, I am, after 7 o'clock every night. Another one on this slide is rock bottom. Hey, I like climbing, right? So why I use these kids, right, is because as we saw with our youth today, anything could have came out of them at any time, right? They're completely uncensored. They're the most creative, resilient beings that we will ever encounter. And they should inspire us, right? They do. When I have these slides up in my workshops, then they loosen up, right? We definitely are inspired by our kids. And although we've been masked, right? Let me just take mine off all the way. Around them, right? When you're masked in the grocery store and you see a little kid running by, you can't help but learn to smile with your eyes. That's what they do. They've taught us to overcome limitation, that it just exists, right? When you think of your little ones or little ones you've been around learning to walk and they fall and they're stretched and they don't even react. It's until we react and we freak out, then they do, right? So stretching and grabbing and missing and falling, limitation just exists. It is what it is. And that's what they show us and tell us. And just by watching them, we can learn to overcome, right? So in my workshops, which since the theme is always money, right? But I transition to the heavy topic of money and I say, we're gonna use a 6-word story now to describe a very strong memory you have about money. And here's mine: should've, would've, could've, didn't. And again, and another one comes to mind of another workshop participant where she said, dance with money, it flies away, right? And it's just the goosebumps, the chills, right? You get a reaction immediately because you want to learn more, you want to connect, and you feel the creativity bubbling in those 6 words. And this is where the beauty comes in, because the beauty with limitation, whether it's finances, love, life, family, school, whatever it is, you get creative when you're left with no other choice. And I think of as another part of the work that I do with Wealth I Am, we interview community members, people that attend our workshops that say, hey, I have this story beyond this 6 words, this financial learning lesson that I want to get out in the world, because there is no greater medium that I think to connect and to learn and to educate than through storytelling. And I often interview them, and they become these short stories that we're archiving and trying to get out into the greater world. And here I interviewed somebody who, this is her grandmother. Her name was Grandmommy. And she would always say, prepare for war in times of peace. And while I was interviewing her granddaughter, she told me, my grandmother grew up in the Great Depression, right? Some of the most challenging economic times. And she would make my mother's clothes out of my grandfather's shirts. So think about that. Left with no other choice, and the creativity in times of scarcity that she was forced to have to, do. They say that here, fashion and influenced fashion out of the Great Depression. The skirts went down, no stockings, but really it wasn't fashion and beauty they were after. They were hiding the fact that they couldn't afford stockings. We see the images of the beauty in fashion coming out of the Harlem Renaissance right after these challenging times, the 1918 pandemic, World War I. What about those masks, right? Some of these beautiful masks. This is actually a designer here in Chicago, where this New York Times article, quote, I want to share with you today, where it says, history and human nature prove we will dress up again. Remember, we weren't leaving the house in sweats, everything like that. And the question is, what will we become? What is the possibility once we get out of this, once we rise from the ashes? And I would argue, while I'm not a fashion designer by any means, my art form of passion is theater, and there is nothing that says creativity more than being in a dark room for 2 hours with one stage, with a bunch of strangers, and your mind, body, and soul is taken to another time, to another place. Again, creativity in times of limitation. I cannot end this without a shout out to Reverend Eileen in one of our workshops. I'm like, spirituality has been a challenge for me, ups and downs. I'm trying to find out where is home for me and to connect, right? And she said, sometimes prayer is just 3 words. It's actually the title of a book. Help, thanks, wow. Sometimes there's nothing more to say than that. And so to our pandemic babies, my little one here, right, and the ones that were shining brightly in front of us today, you were born despite this pandemic, these masks, everything you've been through, Zoom school, you have been born in no greater time than this. And the beauty that evolves from you and from this will absolutely take our breath away. And yes, even while we still breathe through masks, we will watch you in awe, and you will make us smile, and you will inspire us to remember that it is only through our limitation that we are our most absolutely creative and most beautiful selves. That all of those limitations and challenges mattered, all of it was fertilizer, all of it was seeds to what will become. And so when you all walked in the sanctuary today, you all had a petal that you were given. If you did not receive a petal, maybe raise your hand so we will pass them on to you. You will need something to write with, because I will not leave here without giving you a writing prompt and an exercise. You are going to write a 6-word story. Be inspired by the images here, the children that you had today. I want you to bring your childlike self as you begin to write. I will give you the prompts, but I'm going to give you the rules. Obviously, rule number 1 for the 6-word story is it's limited to 6 words, obviously, but I have to say that because some people give me 10. I'm like, I said 6 words. Rule number 2 is please be completely uncensored. That's why I'm waiting till the end to give you the writing prompt. I don't want you to think about it. Oftentimes, it's whatever comes up first that is the most powerful message that is speaking to our heart the most. And rule number 3, leave us wanting more. Leave us wanting to connect. Now, the prompt that you're going to receive is tied to the children. When you write this on the petals, please, at the end of service, you can drop them off at the baskets in the front of the altar or in the back of the sanctuary, because these petals will form a flower, right? The theme is nurturing beauty. Summer is upon us. We are going to create a flower, and that will, be on display here at the sanctuary with your 6-word stories. Now, here's the prompts. I'll just make sure everybody has a pen. I see a few hands still up. We might have to share some pens. Okay, share pens, but make sure you have a petal. And then please, those watching virtually, type it in the chat. Is the way there may be, yes, there's a way that we can capture those as well, and we can write it on a petal for you. All right, I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes. Get ready, 6-word story. All right, just gonna make sure everyone has one that wants to participate. So here is your prompt. All right, just waiting for some in the back. Okay, all right. These children that you see today here, that were in front of you, the children that you might hold in your heart, the little ones that you want to inspire in your life, in your world, if you could leave them with just 6 words to inspire them, to give them hope, whatever you want to tell them as a form of encouragement, what would you say? Please leave them your legacy in just 6 words. Thank you.
As we extinguish the chalice, please join in saying these words. Though the flame is extinguished, may we carry with us the warmth of community, the light of truth, the fire of commitment until we are together again. And then please rise in body and/or spirit and join in singing hymn number 409, Sleep My Child. May we carry forward the joy of this gathering, providing care for each other always, as if we belong to each other, for in fact, we do. And it is our sacred responsibility to do so. Let us go building beloved community. Thank you for being here today. And don't forget to turn in your petals.